Hello everyone, today we have day 20 on the model farm. So today is a bit of one of those days where we get to a point where, obviously we've been doing this now for 20 weeks and we need to work out whether there's a point of do I keep the farm or do I rebuild the farm? And that will be up in your hands. So I will probably put a vote out what to do with the farm because there's a chance I might be getting rid of it. There's a chance that I might be rebuilding it because I've got a few ideas, and there's a chance that it might just stay the same. I mean, it might get to the point where we'll keep it till August and then I'll reconsider because then it will be its year, then I will have had it for a year. So I think we're not going to worry about anything at the moment because we've just got silage, as hopefully you've seen my short. We've just got silage on the way. Everyone loves a bit of silage, so we'll start over in Hedon, not historic Hedon, just Hedon. So, starting over, we've got one of our lads on the loading shovel. He's just pulled into Chippy, blocking the parish of a church. So, across he's got an RAC and an old battering ram of a Land Rover, diesel. So, that's cool. You've got a huge class Arian come through with a Kibri forage wagon on the back, a crone. And so he's just hauling a bit. I think he's on the long draw, believe it or not. So I think he's going from here to maybe, I don't know, long draw though, maybe 2 miles there. Bit of a long draw, but hey ho. Corso behind. Now everyone seems to be interested in going to the pub today. I think it's because of the World Cup, isn't it? So I don't know who's on today, but because I'm recording this on Sunday, but hopefully if England's playing we win, end of. But anyway, so then we've got the New Holland Blue Power. Now I've been told by David and Jones and Jim that they are buying this tractor. Maybe not this exact one, it might be at the same dealership, it might be a different colour but they're definitely going with New Holland as the comfort is better than a voucher. They are now used to comfort with their fence, but as well they're used to now being the fence being complicated, which is where they've developed that, if a fence breaks down they need to call somebody in, whereas with a voucher you couldn't really do that because there's no voucher specialists, so you'd have to get like the fence specialists, you wouldn't really know what they're on about. So, but they're just hauling some bales. I think they're last year's bales and with a few of this year, so that's good. Now, David and Jones have decided that they're making a big investment, and this is a new model I've acquired as well. It's a Schuko Horsch Lieb, I want to say. Yeah, a Horsch Lieb, which is a nice sprayer. I mean, it folds out, obviously I can't, but if I reverse it into, let's say, this field here, I know that will be destroying the crop, but that folds out like there. So it could do this field in one swoop, but I think this field does get wider. But no, I think David was saying how he's bought it because he wants to do a bit of contracting with that. I mean, look at that, he just does it in one swoop, and then it could go across, fertilise the farm track. So we're just going to leave that there. But so they're selling the old Amazon, as they find it would just be more efficient to own one of them instead of having to buy new tyres, then they have a tractor spare. So anyway, speaking of tractors, it's really busy in the yard. I think everyone's sort of tiring down. I think the Fendt with the JCB's coming back as they've got a bit of a project going on in the further fields. But as we would see if the horse was here, they're just rounding the dogs up and the mower's broken and loads of things. So we'll go over next. So we're over into what I like to call the maize field, which is the maize field. It's been rolled, which would explain why it looks really nice and why there's some silver parts and I think a bit of metal got left or some barbed wire, so shouldn't be a big thing. A huge straw lorry's coming past and a Land Rover's just going past. And then it looks like David and Jones of JB Contracting, they're going to get this farm track remade. So that's why they've got a huge stack of gravel and they're going to get the JCB to flatten it out and then just pour it over. So that's looking good. Looking forward to that. Nothing's going on in Alan's yard because he is going silaging way. And the sheep are still in the field. Don't know what the arrangement was with the roller and the sheep. We need to find that out, but it sounds good. Morgan just driving past. Now, we've got the big crew. We've got the old Herper, oh, John Deere there. He's just reversing, and this is the first time it's a proper John Deere setup. He's on, I think, their Aunt Mick's and Andy's trailer. So he's tipping. Well, Mick's on the, well, I think Mick's son's on the John Deere. So he's making sure that the lad doesn't box him in. But it might not look like much, but remember that this silage pit is long, it's wide, not long. So this is how long it is, but it's really wide. So, but no, the lad's on there, he's a good old driver. I think he's been driving for 20 years, so he should know what he's doing. But who's been driving for longer is Alan. I think he's been driving now for 40 years in the same tractor. So in the old Massey with the dog, with the old trailer. Would love to see that in action. But I think he's just going to pull into this field because the other gateway is being occupied by the 6920, hauling a huge load. I mean, he's not feeling it as much because they lose quite a bit going around the corners because it's a bumpy corner. But no, it's nice, and he's forgive me for dropping the trailer's dropped. There's no good hitch, so no. But the Massey's going to come in, and you've got what would be Mick raking, and then Andy on his favourite job of the year. He said, I've talked to him about it. His favourite job of the year, foraging in his favourite tractor with his favourite forager with his best mates. Sounds pretty cool. And then he goes off to the pub after. So pretty small swaths, I suppose, but I think they've managed to do this field, which has filled about a quarter of the silage pit. They've got still, I want to say 8 more, so it's going to be pretty full. And then normally second and third they do bales. So yeah, looking forward to it. So cows are all right, looking at the food, all sleeping. Not much is going on. Baler's still in there. So the yard needs a bit of a tidy up, but it's all just a bit messy at the moment. They need to weld that trailer together. So aside from that, we all know that it's the start of silage season. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.